I'm like every other brand advertiser out there that says, DRTV, how much different could it be than my broadcast television ads? You know, it's just another TV ad, but the truth of the matter is it's so much more than that. It's a full business. It's not just about the production of a quality ad. That's script to screen. It's also about how to build that back end, the operations, all of the details. This is a product that has an 800 number and a URL that people go to buy the product. And that whole operation of getting the product successful to the customer, there's a lot of moving parts. And M2 is really excellent at making them all work together well. And it just shows you that they have a lot of experience in building this out, because going back to myself from a year ago, I had no idea how complicated this particular type of business would be, because it's a full business.
In this program, it's critical that we actually have the data that we need so that we can make business decisions. What offers to make, what advertising to do, all these things are critical, and having the right data to be able to make those decisions is crucial. We've seen that with Script to Screen and M2, that they were able to distill what's going on in the field, so to speak, into a set of data that I can use then to make business decisions moving forward.
We meet weekly with all of the data from all the different media outlets, so from the broadcast, from the digital, all the different marketing source data gets correlated with all of the sales data. So we know pretty much in real time what's happening with all of our airings. We know what we're going to make in terms of decisions next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now, and it's all based upon the data that M2 collects for us, synthesizes down, because there's a lot of it. M2 is really good at getting it to be simple enough for me to be able to communicate to the executives how we're doing and the decisions that we're going to be making in terms of how we're going to spend on one offer versus another offer, what stations are we going to be spending on, how are we going to integrate that spend with digital. All of that is data that is provided by M2.
You're going to see a direct return on your investment that you can't track through other channels. And it allows you really to build a television audience in a unique way where you're driving direct revenue and also lifting the other channels at the same time simultaneously. So it's a unique opportunity.
Obviously, we have a lot of expertise managing channels of distribution, but we have no expertise when it comes to running a DRTV program. And so having a turnkey solution that gave us everything from the beginning through the actual execution and figuring out what's happening so that we can plan moving forward what to do next, that's been tremendously helpful.
Everything that I've learned and known from equity, I just basically had to throw out the window because DR is so different. So there was a huge education process for how we need to look at media and how things can be tweaked. And I think that was one of the things that was so interesting, different, but also really valuable to have M2 as a partner to hold our hand along the way, because I don't think we could have done this without them. Their attention to detail, their organization, and their analytics are top notch. With DR Media, every week we get on the phone with our partner and talk about what media is doing, evaluate all of the stations, all the spots, all of the lengths, and then make informed decisions to optimize the week going on. We A/B tested creative, and it just was fascinating that you could make all of those changes a week at a time, whereas in equity, it's just not something that's possible. Brooke and Melanie were very, very patient, very helpful with making something that was originally seemed very, very complicated, but finding a way to simplify it and make it very, very manageable. Their approach of always, I feel like they gave a lot of information. It was great because I felt like, analytics is definitely one of their strong points. It's extremely valuable to have a partner to just collect all that data, because data is not a problem with direct response. It's always coming in, but how do you sort through it to find the meaningful key pieces that are really going to help inform decisions to drive to your goals of purchase? Given that DR was completely new to us as a business, the back end was so unknown. We're part of a pretty big organization, so you could say, we have a lot of resources and, we could do it internally, but DR is just so different. There's so many pieces to the back end, and having M2 there to help us and coach us was absolutely critical. Having their expertise and experience in the industry, their relationships with vendors. There's, I think 5 different vendors that we had to set up accounts with. So just knowing based on our offer, our business objectives, they recommended the appropriate vendors that they thought would be suitable for success based on our campaign. We had to select a call center, we had to train the call center on our products. We also had to integrate with our digital vendor, setting up a fulfillment vendor. Then we also had our merchant account because all of them had to be able to, collect funds. We had to make sure that they were audited, they were secure. And I really feel like M2 was just really, really helpful with just keeping the whole thing on course, because when there's that many people involved, it could definitely go south. But they just seem to always remember all of the little details, and I think our weekly status calls were really helpful as well to just keep on point for what needed to be done for the week to make sure we stayed on track.